Day, everybody. I hope that you are well and also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 6 English lesson on coordinating conjunctions. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts. We're going to choose grade 6, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of coordinating conjunctions. All right, so our chapter is coordinating conjunctions, right? Our subject is English Language Arts. Oopsie. Grade 6, pardon. And in the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of coordinating conjunctions is to identify coordinating conjunctions and to use coordinating conjunctions. So when it comes to coordinating conjunctions, right? A coordinating conjunction or coordinating conjunctions are used to connect words, it's used to connect phrases and simple sentences. So coordinating conjunctions are used to connect words, phrases and simple sentences. And some of the common coordinating conjunctions, right, are words like and, but, or, and so. Those are the most common coordinating conjunctions. And it's like we said, Coordinating conjunctions is used to connect words, phrases, as well as simple sentences. All right. So once again, we're saying that coordinating conjunctions are used to connect words, it's used to connect phrases, and it is used to connect the simple sentences. And our most common coordinating conjunctions are words like and, but, or, and so. And if we look at examples, right? And if we look at an example, right, it says the heater wasn't working. So we all huddled around the fireplace. If we look at that specific sentence, all right. So if we're going to look at a few activities now first before we go on to our tutorial lesson, right? It says the heater wasn't working, so we all huddled around the fireplace. What is the all right? And if we were to identify the coordinating conjunction within that first sentence, what would the word be within that first sentence or words be that is related to um all right, so we see that the heater wasn't working, so we all huddled around the fireplace. All right, it says the heater wasn't working, so we all huddled around the fireplace. All right. So we see that so is our coordinating conjunction. And in this case, we have two simple sentences, and so is used to connect those specific sentences and make it one. Do polar bears live in Antarctica or the Arctic? All right. And then we have another one that says, if we look firstly, do polar bears live in Antarctica or in the Arctic? And then we will say, or is our coordinating conjunction to join that word. And then the last one says, Sadie wanted to bake some cookies, but she was out of flour. So that is our coordinating conjunctions. We said it basically joins sentences, simple sentences, right? All right. And if we were to identify our coordinating conjunction within the sentence, it would be but that joins those two sentences. All right, so now we're going to our tutorial lesson. So we're going to aplusstudents.ca. Our chapter is coordinating conjunctions, and the first lesson that we're going into is to identify coordinating conjunctions. All right. So we're going into the first lesson, which is to identify coordinating conjunctions. So we're going to select and coordinate the coordinating conjunctions, right? It says coordinating conjunctions are used to combine or connect words, phrases, and simple sentences in some common Coordinating conjunctions are words like and, but, or, and so. And we said when it comes to coordinating conjunctions, it is used to either connect words, phrases, and simple sentences. And some of our coordinating conjunctions are words like and, but, or, and so. Only some. It's like that. All right, if we look at the next one, it says the heater wasn't working. So we all huddled around the fireplace. So we are just going to select the. All right. So we said that if we looked at the first sentence, right, that says the heater wasn't working, so we all huddled up around the fireplace. If you were to choose the correct option, that is basically the coordinating conjunction, then it's so. So it's joining that two sentences. All right. So is correct. Kimberly's next novel will be about a man and his four daughters. All right. So we said that and is going to be our our coordinating conjunction. And the last one is to select the coordinating conjunction. It's like add like a slice of pie or a strawberry milkshake. All right. So if we look at this word, it says I'd like a slice of pie or a strawberry milkshake. There we have or as our coordinating conjunction. Or that is why we said our coordinating conjunction is used to connect words, phrases, and simple sentences. And our most common ones are and, but, or, and so. All right. So now, did we go to our test? No. Let's go to our test. Right? We're going to our test where we are going to identify coordinating conjunctions. So we need to select the coordinating conjunction. It says Annie works nights and weekends at Patty's Diner. We need to select the coordinating conjunction. Is the works or is it and? So we need to select the conjunction. Is it works or is it and? All right. And if we were to look at the our coordinating conjunction, then it will be and. All right. Eric purchased a wool sweater and a pair of jeans and gloves, leather gloves. So Eric purchased a wool sweater and a pair of leather gloves. All right. We said Eric purchased a wool sweater and a pair of leather gloves. And if we were to identify our coordinating conjunction, it would be and. All right. So we can then say the experiment didn't work, so the scientist started over. So we're going to use coordinating conjunctions. Yes, so is correct. So now we're going to use the coordinating conjunctions, right, by basically adding the specific word, right? So we're going to have to decide what the word is and then we add it to the sentence. So if we look at the first sentence, it says, you may type your essay on a computer. Write it out neatly instead. What do you think is the coordinating conjunction in there? All right. So it says, you may type your essay on a computer, and then we can say, or you can write it out neatly. So this is or, because we are not joining that two sentences. All right. So we said when we use or identify coordinating conjunctions, it is words like and, but, or so, right? All right. So it says use the coordinating conjunction. So we're going into using the coordinating conjunction. And now we're going to go over the lessons that is under using coordinating conjunctions. So we need to use the coordinating conjunctions by putting the usual, not the usuals, but the by putting the coordinating conjunctions within its correct space. So it says the two kinds of crust covering the earth is are oceanic crust. So two kinds of crust covering the earth are oceanic crust. And then we can say and it is continental crust. This is and continental crust. And the the base conjunction is and, right? And here it comes to connect. It connects the two phrases that goes together. And the two kinds of crust covering the earth is oceanic crust and continental crust. So in this case, our adjective is and. All right. So if we look at the next one, it says complete the sentence with the base conjunction. Corin wants to dye her hair purple. Red. All right. So we then had to put and there. Yeah, we said Karen wants to dye her hair purple, red. Yeah, it's a choice. It's like her choosing. It's either this option or that option. And if she's choosing, then we can say, yeah, it is or. It's purple or red. It's like choosing either or. And then it says Gina is taking chemistry. Art. This is art history this semester. All right, then if we were to choose the correct one, we will say Gina is taking art chemistry and art history this semester. Right? So those are our activities under the chapter of using coordinating conjunctions. So now we're going to our test. And we are now going to complete the sentence with the best conjunction. It says, my new tennis shoes were too snug. Do we say, so I exchanged them for a larger size? Or do we say, or I exchanged them for a larger size? So it says, my new tennis shoes were too snug. So is the word yes. I exchanged them for a larger size. So is our conjunction. The next one is Mark ripped a hole in his favorite jeans. Mark ripped a hole in his favorite jeans. So Mark ripped a hole in his jeans. Do we say or he bought a new pair? Or do we say so he bought a new pair? So Mark ripped a hole in his jeans. Then we can say so he bought a new pair. So he bought a new pair. Yeah, so is correct. The audience couldn't hear Maria. Do we say or she moved closer to the microphone, or do we say so she moved closer to the microphone? So the audience couldn't hear Maria. So she moved closer to the microphone in order for them to hear. All right. For this next activity, please form groups of two. Do we say or three people each? Or do we say so three people each? All right. So for the next activity, we said please form groups of two or three people each. So or is correct. Justin wants a giant stuffed elephant. Do we say so a beach ball at the carnival, or do we say and a beach ball at the carnival? All right, so it says Justin won a giant stuffed elephant, and yes, a beach ball at the carnival. So and is correct, yes. So and because it means that he won two different things, the stuffed animal and he won a beach ball at the carnival. So well done, and is correct. The bushes had grown too tall. The bushes had grown too tall. Do we say, or Mrs. Hickman trimmed them? So Mrs. Hickman trimmed them. So we can say the bushes had grown too tall. So do we say, or Mrs. Hickman trimmed them, or do we say, so Mrs. Hickman trimmed them? Which one is the correct one? All right, so we can say, the bushes had grown too tall, so Mrs. Hickman trimmed them. So is our coordinating conjunction. Then we said the next one is we need to complete the sentence with the base conjunction. It says, the cabin was cold. So it says, the cabin was cold. Do we say, so we lit a fire in the fireplace, or do we say, or we lit a fire in the fireplace? So we say that the cabin was cold. So we lit a fire in the fireplace. So is our answer. So well done. So is correct. Well done. You may type your essay on a computer. Write it out neatly instead. Do we say you may type your essay on a computer or write it out neatly instead? Or do we say you may type your essay on a computer and write it out neatly instead? So we say you may type your essay on a computer or you can write it out neatly instead. You might type your essay on a computer and write it out neatly instead. So in this case, we're just going to say or, because now it means that you have an option of either typing it on the computer or you have an option of writing it out on a page or somewhere. So we'll go with or. I put new batteries in my camera. Do we say yet it still doesn't work, or it says or it doesn't work? I put new batteries in my camera or it still doesn't work? Or do we say I put new batteries in my camera yet it still doesn't work? All right, so I said I put new batteries in my camera yet it still doesn't work, which means that the camera is the problem, not the batteries. All right. And that is the end of our lesson on coordinating conjunctions. We said coordinating conjunctions are words that join sentences. It is words like and, but, or so. Even yet was included over there. And like we say, it connects sentences, simple sentences. Sometimes it can even connect compound words, right? But this is the end of our lesson on coordinating conjunctions. Thank you very much, grade 6, for for being part of the class, and I really hope you're going to have a good evening further. Goodbye. All right. Have a good evening, guys. Goodbye.